7, State of Michigan versus Jessica Nicole Pacina. Counsels.
Thanks, Judge. Good morning. Steve Benson for the people, P71917.
Court enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf as to bond.
Your Honor, the people are going to be asking for a $20,000 cash no surety bond with GPS tether and home arrest. Just a little backdrop to this, Judge. Subsequent to this alleged incident, this defendant was charged with a GBH as well as the stalking charges, Judge, regarding the same complaining witness. Your Honor, this defendant was convicted on those two charges. I believe they were separate cases, Judge. She's currently on probation. This complaining witness, prior to her being convicted of those offenses, Judge, this complaining witness, the one witness that we have in this particular case, ended up filing for and serving a PPO against this individual. This individual then breached that PPO, Judge, and that PPO was modified to a domestic PPO, which is still in effect. It's actually in effect, Judge, through, I believe it's August of this year. This is just one of many charges, Judge, that this defendant has received and subsequently been convicted for, not on this, but on other cases. I'm sure Your Honor took the opportunity to read the investigative report. This is a defendant allegedly who had been harassing this individual. Your Honor, Judge, has gone through it. His life's been turned upside down. There were multiple harassing allegations that the complaining witness made against this defendant, had to call the police in each and every opportunity. Your Honor, I know this isn't assaultive on its face, but if bond is to protect an individual, especially a complaining witness, and in this particular matter, protect his assets, because what we have here are thefts of titles on car, in a house, and what this defendant ultimately had to do, which he's still trying to do, in order to reverse what the defendant ended up proverbially putting the ball in motion to. I believe that people would be justified in asking for that cash bond. She is a danger to this complaining witness historically and continues to be.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the charges here are stolen property, receiving and concealing a motor vehicle, and financial transaction device. Nothing assaultive towards anybody, Your Honor. And these are allegations. She has proven some of them that have been filled out. And the date of offense allegedly is May 11th, making it over a year to Your Honor. It's my understanding that she is on a personal bond, had the release to be released, which you can have in tether anyway. And this is not assaultive whatsoever. So I am respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond, a high personal bond if the court would like, Your Honor, but it's not assaultive.
So it looks as though she was convicted in March of GBH and felony stalking. Is that correct?
Yeah, Judge. Those were two cases that came actually subsequent to this incident. Those have already been adjudicated. She's on probation for those two. And I do respect defense counsel and her argument. However, the people are going to argue that this is maybe not your typical physically assaulted, but this is highly assaultive in terms of what she's done to this gentleman's constitution. And it was happening prior to, Your Honor, the people believe it could potentially happen subsequent to this. And that's why, you know, we feel justified asking for that cash bond. Your Honor, PPOs haven't stopped. And you know what, that's the concerning part of this. So with that, the people digress.
Is your client working this side?
And I am struggling to find the assault part of it.
So it appears she wants to say something. You want to talk to her about that?
Ma'am, I don't want you to say anything at all, okay? Anything you say right now, Penny, will be against you. So please, for your own protection, you will have an opportunity but this is not the place. We're live, we're on YouTube. You have not received your bond yet. We are arguing on your behalf. Please don't
Okay.
see it in the record.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Anybody have market value on the F-150?
Let me see if I did any research on that, Judge. No, Your Honor, neither that or the residents, the people weren't able to obtain those numbers.
Thank you. So it appears that there's a lot going on between these two, apparently, and the court is concerned that these incidents have not stopped. Apparently, there's a PPO out, and there's all sorts of allegations here that would lead one to believe that there's a risk of harm to the complainant, despite the fact that these allegations are non-assaultive on their face. So, ma'am, while this case is pending, you're to have no contact with Mr. McCoy. Is that clear?
Yes, that's very clear, Your Honor. I have not, yes.
Okay. And additionally, I'm gonna put you on a GPS tether on house arrest. You're not to leave your house for any reason other than court. Is that clear?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right. Court's going to set bond somewhat reluctantly at $20,000 personal. Next court date will be July 18th, probable cause conference, July 25th, preliminary exam, both in front of Judge Sabri here in 36th District Court. Thank you, ma'am. You can step aside.
How do you spell the judge's name?
Sabree.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Is there anyone else on that camera, Wayne County?
Yes, I am Charles Dinkins.
Hold on, sir. I see you there.
Yes, sir.
Deputy, is there anyone else on your camera today, sir?
No, sir. We're
All right, have a
complete,
great day.
You too, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day. Yep. All right, and counsel, have you talked to everyone yet?
No, I still need to talk to Cynthia. Please forgive me. Let me put myself on. I still need to talk to Cynthia Finley.
Okay. Do I have Cynthia Finley on a camera somewhere? All right. Let me give you a breakout room.
Thank you.
One. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. Mr. Dinkins, have you talked with an attorney this morning yet?
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. What's your name for the record, please?
Charles Wayne. Second.
All right, this will be case 21-044507, State of Michigan versus Charles Wayne Dinkins II, counsel.
Finley, Reagan, 223-157 for people.
Justice Sharp, I got Mr. Dinkins for reading of the constitutional rights.
Thank you. Court will enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf as to bond.
Yeah, Mr. Dinkins was arraigned on 4th of July with regard to stolen property, receiving and concealing vehicle, one for larceny, so from 1,000 to 20,000. Here, the bond was set at that date for $10,000, 10% with the GPS with no proof. This incident that we're here for today, turned down on 8/2020. started to throwing urine and feces on the boards, causing health, very bad health harm. Has a number of officers had to come and loud, they said it being very loudly to stop doing that, which he refused to do. He then jumped up on his steel desk in his cell and broke his steel desk around it. And it took a number of officers to go in and remove him from there and put him in.
Your Honor, can I say something, please?
Hold on, sir. The attorneys are arguing, and I'm sure your attorney doesn't want you to say a single thing, so just hold tight.
Your Honor, I would ask, since this is an ongoing problem with this defendant, he's had numerous cases. He did a scan from parole on June 6, 2023. So, Your Honor, I would ask the court for a $10,000 cash bond.
Thank you.
GPS.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this incident allegedly is from April 28, 2020, making it over 3 years old, Your Honor, 3 years and a half. It is charged as a misdemeanor, never arraigned on this matter, understands no contact with the complaint, but don't believe there's been any contact or incident or anything. I don't believe it's assaulted history. I understand that people are talking about this pending charge, but that is a pending matter. He has not been convicted of anything. So I am respectfully asking the court, at least for this matter, the 3.5-year-old misdemeanor, to consider the bond.
Your Honor, I just may respond.
Mhm.
Counsel said, he didn't believe he was convicted of anything, and let me dispute this. So
Mhm.
on February the 8th, 2005, he pled guilty to larceny over $1,000. On January 5th, 2006, he pled guilty to uttering and publishing 3 years probation. On
This is 2 years old. What does it have to do with anything?
February 3rd, 2008, pled guilty to fleeing and eluding third offense, another 3 years probation. 2/6/2011, pled guilty to larceny over $1,000, pled guilty also to fleeing and eluding third offense. He got 1 to 5 years at the Department of Corrections.
Your Honor,
11/21, guilty to larceny.
Sir, we hear you. Please don't say anything, okay? If
I
you
don't
need your
let
attorney to
speak.
tell
I
you
let
that,
speak on my
if,
behalf.
okay? Well, hold on. The prosecutor has an opportunity to speak. You can't just barge into the middle of his argument, okay? So just hold tight. Counsel.
On 1/11/21, he pled guilty to larceny over $1,000 and got 2 to 10 years. And also, John, I apologize. I think that's what. Your Honor, I just think that his record is just going on and on and on in this incident. And what troubles me somewhat is when they say incidents are a long time ago or they happened 2 years ago. It still happened, and he still is responsible for his actions. So I'm asking for $3,000 cash.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, for the record, when I said that he has not been convicted, I was speaking to the pending matter that was brought up by people that he was arraigned on July 4th, that those are pending charges, he hasn't been convicted. In this case, given that this is a 3.5-year-old misdemeanor, I am respectfully asking the court to consider a personal one.
Thank you. Court will set by $1,000 personal. Next court date is a pretrial in front of Judge Bryant, August 29 here in 36th District Court.
Can I please speak, Your Honor?
Your Honor, may I?
Yes, your attorney probably wants to talk to you first, sir. One second.
Sir, you're getting a personal bond. That means you don't pay
I
anyone.
understand that. I still want
Okay.
to speak, Your Honor, on behalf of the record.
Okay, also, this is your attorney speaking. I know that
Okay.
you want to say things right now, but we're live, we're on YouTube.
I do want to say something while we're live on camera. I do.
I have
I
to
would like to
protect you. I don't want you to say anything. As your attorney, I'm gonna advise you to not say anything at all right now. You're gonna
Okay.
have a chance.
I
for
won't.
lawyer
I
advice.
won't.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That concludes your arraignment, Mr. Dinkins.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oakland County, do you have Mr. Andrews? Oh, looks like you're frozen. Deputy at Oakland County, can you hear me?
Me.
And, all right. We'll come back to all of that. We did MDOC, right? All right. All right, MDOC. All right, sir. So we're done for today. Have a great day.
All right.
Dinkins. Mr. Goodlock, have you talked with an attorney yet?
Yeah.
They did. You ready? Okay. All right. All right. What's your name, Mr. Goodlock, for the record, please?
My name is Kevin Gallagher.
Thank you, sir. This is case 23-057611, State of Michigan versus Kevin McGowan Goodlock. Counsel. And court will enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf as to bond.
Your Honor, understanding this isn't assaultive on its face, and we don't have a flight risk here. Just a couple of particulars, however. This particular defendant's going up for sentencing on the same charge in about a week and a half. Your Honor, he was originally charged with homicide and AWIM and multiple other charges. He was just found guilty for, I believe it was the possessions felon of a firearm. And now we have the same type of thing. I think it's all interrelated, Judge. This was searches at the defendant's residence, allegedly proven to be the defendant's residence based on mail that was found by utility companies. We do have a pretty substantial history, Judge. We do have assaultive convictions, albeit they look like they're, I mean, doing my math, it's like 20 plus years old, Judge. The people in this particular matter, we would be asking, Your Honor, with all due respect, I mean, usually we'd be asking for a cash bond, but in this particular instance, we're going to be asking for a high personal bond. With Judge, we're going to be asking for a tether. And just because we're going through this and now we're going through it again, the people feel justified.
Tell me more about the conviction that he's going to be sentenced
Your Honor, it's very interesting. He was originally charged with, I believe it was 7 or 8 counts, ranging all the way from a first degree premeditated all the way down to a weapons felony firearm. I believe that the homicide and the AWIM, they didn't make it over to circuit court. They got dismissed at exam. And then what ended up making it over was firearms charges. It actually went to a jury, Judge, and the jury ended up finding that the defendant was guilty on this possession of by a felon of a weapon. That happened in April of this year. His sentencing is in July 21st, Judge. And then this, I believe this has something to do with, in connection with those charges, they ended up searching the defendant's home in 2 different instances. And it was, I think, the second instance where they ended up finding the firearms.
No, sir, please don't say anything at all. Sir, please don't say anything at all. This is your attorney speaking. I'm going to speak on that. Don't say anything at all.
And Your Honor, this is just based on the investigative report. That there were the search warrants that I'm sure Your Honor sees that ultimately ended up finding these firearms. Then it was discharged, but discharge, Judge, and I don't know if Your Honor wants me to go any further with it, but that original charge for the homicide and everything was in April of 21. And then you can see, Your Honor, this was a June 21. So people, at least our understanding was that there was some overlap in between that and this, just based facially on this investigative report. Whatever the case may be, we're dealing with an individual who has Now a fourth offense notice on the habitual having to do with firearms charges. And there's an issue here regarding this defendant in possessing firearms when he shouldn't be. So with all due respect, I think the people are being pretty lenient with the personal bond. However, just based on that, and I'm sure there's going to be probation attached with the sentencing. Who knows? The defendant could, and I don't know the deal with that, the sentencing guidelines. But at the very least, the people would be comfortable with the tethered detention and house arrest.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this incident allegedly is from June 23rd, 2021. Not entered until June 29, 2023. It was entered 2 years later. He had a mistrial on June 26, 2023. So he is, that's my understanding. He's never been arraigned on this matter. He did lose his job, due to all this, and he's been in jail for 2 years, Your Honor, since June 23rd, 2021, not released. I believe that now that, he's taking care of this matter, everything should be, on his way with whatever terms and conditions are going to be given. As indicated by the people, was found guilty of felony possession, and that was it. And for his prior, they're over 10 years old. The last one's over 10 years old. So I would respectfully ask the court to not use that against him today. And the charges in front of you, most importantly, are not assaulted. Your Honor, over 2 years old, not entered until 2 years later. So I am respectfully asking the court to consider a personal.
Thank you. So, is he in jail awaiting sentencing, or if I give him a personal, does he go home?
Sir, can you hear me?
Waiting sentencing,
Okay. When is your sentencing date?
the 21st of
Of
July.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, while this case is pending, you are not to possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that clear?
Yes.
Additionally, you will have a GPS tether if you are released, and you will be on house arrest. Is that clear?
Yes.
Court will set bond $10,000 personal. Next court date is July 17, probable cause conference, July 24th, preliminary exam, both in front of Judge Giles here in 36th District Court. Thank you, sir. That concludes the arraignment.
Thank you.
17 and 24. All right. Let's see who we got. Okay, who's in Wayne County with all the bandages?
That's Miss Finley, just once. Oh, we could do it. We could do it now if you want.
Okay. Do you need to interview Oakland County?
I do. So let me bring this to Miss Shive so she can do that. And I'll go do Oakland County. Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me, Miss Finley?
Yes,
What's your name, please?
Cynthia Finley.
Thank you. We've got two cases here. First one is 23-056660. I'm sorry, 23-056660 and 23-056676. State of Michigan versus Cynthia Finley, counsel.
Thanks, Judge. Good morning. Steve Benson for the people.
Justice Shadowman, Finley was from Arraignment of her constitutional rights.
Thank you. Court will enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf. Each file has a $1,000 cash surety. KP is in the file as to bond.
Your Honor is correct. They both have cases and the amount of, I think one of them is, cash surety, Judge. I didn't know whether or not the other one was just cash or cash surety.
Cash surety.
The people would just be asking for those to be continued. Your Honor, this is at least one of these cases is a case where she was given the benefit of the doubt early on with the first, originally it was a cash bond 10%. Then she went in front of the Honorable Judge McConico. He had mercy on her, gave her a $5,000 personal, and then she fails to appear again, Judge. And then we have the other matter. Now, I don't know, I think it's potentially my understanding that defense counsel isn't going to argue it, but if in fact they did,
Thank you, counsel.
Your Honor, we do understand the court does not have authority to change these bonds. I am respectfully asking the court for the redetermination hearing to come to me, Your Honor. I know that the redetermination hearing for unaffordable would technically be Wednesday the 12th. However, if the court is able to put it on Thursday the 13th, it's our understanding that the will not do it on Wednesday and that she's got a remand until Wednesday. So I think the way that it would work is if the court is able to put it on the time.
Sure. She has another hearing on Wednesday?
Yeah, it's my understanding that it's yes.
Okay.
I think she's on probation.
Okay. All right. Court will set bond in accordance with the KPS. Also, ma'am, you're not to go to this address on East Canfield for any reason. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right, $1,000 cash or surety. There'll be a bond redetermination hearing at counsel's request on Thursday, July 13, in front of Judge McConico. Further dates are probable cause conference, July 19, and preliminary exam, July 25, both in front of Judge Sabri here in 36th District Court. Thank you, ma'am. You can step aside. That one. All right, guess we can get to DDC now.
Stand on black man, state your full name.
Omar Craig Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, you've got some old traffic matters we're going to deal with first. With regard to those matters, you've missed some court dates. And when you miss those dates, a judge issued an arrest warrant for you. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide one for you. Do you understand those rights, sir? And all right, so your first ticket will be P1015662 with a charge of driving while unlicensed. Next ticket is P1112162, driving while license suspended. Ticket P1264497, driving while license suspended, no insurance misdemeanor. Ticket P802224, driver's license never acquired. Ticket P831003, driving while license not valid, driving without cycle endorsement. Ticket 306540, no operator's license on person. Ticket 486910, unregistered motor vehicle, no insurance and no ops on person. And ticket P1264649, expired plates. Sir, these are all misdemeanor charges. Maximum penalty you face on each is up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. I'm going to set aside the arrest warrants, enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and give you a personal bond on all of these. Your next court date for these is a pretrial in front of Judge Holmes on August 9th here in 36th District Court. And give me 1 minute and we'll get to your more significant case. All right, this is case number 2004231, State of Michigan versus Omar Craig Allen. Counsel.
Thanks, Judge. Good morning, Steve Simpson.
Court will enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf. I do note I gave Mr. Allen a personal bond in July of 2020. There are at least 2 capiases in the file since that time. Current capias is 510% as to bond, please.
That's Judge, that's correct. Just a little housekeeping. The only thing that the people could find on this particular individual regarding prior convictions was just an assault with intent to murder. In this particular case, Judge, the people would just be asking for a continuation based on not the 1 but the 2 cases. There is an admission. It's not assaultive, however, Judge, just given the fact that this is now this case should have been done and over with at this point. Now we're reaching the 3rd year of retail fraud, 3rd degree. At the very least, we're going to be asking for no contact whatsoever with Meyer stores. All of them.
Okay.
Your Honor, no objections to no contact. We understand that Mr. Allen is waiting to receive disability. He's not employed. He believed this case was dismissed. We had the conversation. We understand that the case is only dismissed when the court says the court is that the case is dismissed. Paperwork states that, Your Honor. So I would respectfully ask the court to consider a personal bond. It is the Bryant case. This court does have authority. It is not 20. It is over 3 years old. If the court is not inclined to do that, then I would respectfully ask the court to keep the bond as it is.
Thank you. Court's going to give Mr. Allen a GPS tether, full house arrest. Court will set bond at $1,000 personal. Sir, you're not to have any contact with any Meyer store while this case is pending. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor, can I say something, please?
I'm sure your attorney doesn't want you to, but I'll let her talk to you first.
Mr. Allen, anything you say right now can will be used against you. So unless you have a question about bond or your next court date, I advise you to not say anything.
Okay. All right. 1,000 personal GPS tether. Next court date is a pretrial, August 29 in front of Judge Bryant here in 36th District Court. Thank you, sir. You can step aside.
Come on, man.